you guys ever really wondered why the old Megaten logo exists the way it does? As in, have you guys ever just thought, why? Why does it look like that? Well, today I will be discussing the history or some of the sources of the imagery used in the old Megaten logo. And without further ado, it's Megaten Minute time. So, the first thing you guys need to understand is that this logo is derivative from the hexagram of Solomon, which is found in the lesser key of Solomon that exists, or that was translated by your boy Aleister Crowley. So in this book, or in this I don't know what is the magic term, in this grimoire, they discuss how to summon various demons, which some of you should know because those demons also exist within the Megaten franchise. Some really good examples are Fornius, Decarabia, and then others. So the interesting thing about this is that it's the hexagram of Solomon. What is the hexagram of Solomon? Well, it's a sigil that's used to summon demons, but also to cast protection. So not only are you bringing something out, but you're kind of guaranteeing that it won't harm you and that it'll listen to you as well as look human. Let me read a passage from the book. This is the form of the hexagram of Solomon, the figure whereof is to be made on a parchment of a calf's skin, and worn at the skirt of thy white vestment, and covered with a cloth of fine linen, white and pure, the which is to be shown unto the spirits when they do appear, so that they may be compelled to take human shape upon them and be obedient. So it sounds like it's more or less saying this is something you need, so the demons will listen to you and take human form. But I think the human form thing is more of saying that it'll be corporeal instead of semi-transparent or whatever, so that it'll be tangible. That's my take on that. Obviously, I didn't write this. So some stuff you'll see in that logo, which I'll probably put somewhere, is you'll see the tetragrammaton. You'll see that it says AGLA, as well as Alpha and Omega, followed by some interesting text wrapping around that logo. That text that wraps around the logo actually doesn't exist in the original Lesser Key of Solomon hexagram of Solomon image. That text is actually something very interesting, something very famous, actually. Now the text says, Quod est superius macroprosopis, quod est inferius macroprosopis. What does that mean? Well, in the most simplified way, it means as above, so below. So the full translation actually comes from, well, it's a maxim that comes from the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus, and the full translation is actually that which is below corresponds to that which is above, and that which is above corresponds to that which is below, to accomplish the miracle of the one thing. And that's usually, or that is assumed to be a way of describing the microcosm relationship, so that in understanding the microcosm, you would then understand the macrocosm. Microcosm, for example, would be humans. So if we understood how humanity worked, then we would then understand how the universe works, which is the macrocosm, macro. And that's interesting that it's wrapped around, and it's got only a couple of crosses. They've actually cut down on the amount of crosses. I don't know if that's just because they wanted to divide up the two pieces of text, or if it was just a decision because they didn't like as many crosses. Now let's look at the AGLA. What is that AGLA thing? AGLA, in the magic circle or in the magic community, is assumed to be a lost word, which possibly meant whatever God's name was, or some people just use that as the name of God. It actually is a acronym. It stands for Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai. Something like the Lord is mighty forever. This is one of those things that became very popular in the magic community. It was used on talismans, on vestments, things that you would just have with you or wear to kind of be like, I'm protected, I'm safe. Summoning a demon, but I'm safe. I'm transmogrifying, or I'm trying to create gold out of this material, but I'm safe. The other really big, or the other piece of the puzzle is the Alpha and Omega. Now, Alpha and Omega is another thing that's very religious in tones. It really symbolizes the end of the beginning coming together. So it's the one. So it's another thing that symbolizes unity, not unlike AGLA, and not unlike the whole as above, so below thing. And the hexagram itself is a pretty interesting design because you find that the hexagram exists in a lot of different religions, a lot of different cults, a lot of different communities, or in different countries around the world. Hexagram usually means something related to the sky, or something celestial, or something unifying. It could be because there was a shared culture, or because of trade. But some people think that it was just happy coincidence because it's a simple geometric shape. Anyone can make it. It's also called the Star of David because it is symbolic of David. It represents his star chart from when he was born or when he became king or something to that effect. Another thing that it's known as is the heart chakra, which is another unification symbol. The Shatkona, which is the unification of the male and female forms. So all in all, it's kind of, I guess, it's all in all, it's a pretty interesting shape. In the center of the summoning thing, as opposed to the original design, we see a face. Now that face, I theorize to be Loki. It looks like Loki, at least how he appeared in the Digital Devil story Megami Tensei OVA. And I think that it would be a very interesting shout out. I don't know what other demon or what other character it could be. That image does not exist in the original, but I'm gonna say it's Loki most likely. Definitely not Yahweh or some other thing. But given that it would be more amusing for it to be Loki, as this is supposed to be a symbol that's supposed to make the demon calm and listen to you and all that jazz. Loki doesn't really do that, does he? There's a couple of symbols that I couldn't figure out what they meant. If you know anything about them, I'm gonna highlight them right here. Put your knowledge to the test, and just let me know. I guess put that in the comments or something. Point me to the right way or anything like that. That being said, thanks for watching. This has been the first Megaten Minute with my face. Stay tuned for the next one. If you have questions, comments, smart remarks, leave them in the comments. Message me. Email me at diginotensei@gmail.com. You can message me on Tumblr or at me at Twitter. And I'll answer your questions next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.